Welcome to Waceke the Coach, creating a world of unfolding possibilities. Many of us have a desire, all of us really have a desire to live a contented life, to be content. I like what the dictionary says or defines the word content. It is a state of peaceful happiness. All of us are longing for peace. World leaders come together to speak about peace or to seek peace solutions for the world. Families want peace, individuals want peace, communities and societies want peace. That sense of contentment, peaceful happiness. Content also means satisfied or complete, needing nothing. Nothing needed to be added. Content, complete. Content also has a noun, means substance or elements that make something. What is the content of this box? What are the substance and elements within that box or things held within something? Content. So living a contented life, I believe, is when you are why, you are who, and what comes together. Why you are, your purpose. Who you are, the essence of what makes you. Your value, principles that you're not willing to compromise for, to compromise on. And what you are, what the things that you do for a living, or the things that you find joy doing. You express yourself through art, craft, skill, qualification, where you put your competencies together to produce value, whether for money or for pleasure, for joy, for work, or just as a contribution. So when you are why, the purpose, you exist. That is a space whereby you are able to do good to self, do good to others, and do good to the universe. That's a space of why. Purpose comes together when you're able to do good to self, good to others, and do good to the universe. And then who you are, your belief systems, your true north that guides the way you live, and then what you do. When all those things come together, you are able to live a contented life. I'm a Christian and I like to read my Bible because I feed my spirit. As we said, you're a body, soul, and spirit. And you must feed your body, you must feed your soul, you must feed your spirit. And there's a scripture in the Bible in 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 8, about a woman I admire. She lived a contented life. Many times in the world, we think contentment is defined by material things. More money, more cars, bigger houses, or living in opulence. And therefore, we believe we are contented because we've got these material things. And I guess it's because the world has tended to define success in terms of material things. Therefore, we are a materialistic society and also a very sensual society. And because of that, of course, we don't form deep relationships, and therefore we never seek to know who we are. We are much more interested in what we are and what we can get and what we have. But the why and who we are has been relegated into nothingness, actually. And I believe that is why most of us are not content, because contentment must bring a convergence of why, who, and what. So there is this woman who, according to the society's definition, maybe she was not as successful. But yet the Bible, even though it doesn't give her name, does say that she was a woman of substance and a woman of means and a woman of great wealth. So we are told that there was a woman in Shunem who was well-to-do. So in terms of society, even a materialistic society, even today, then we would have said, yeah, she was somebody, she was successful. And this woman is somebody who her who, why, and what had come together. Because why do I say this? She lived in a place called Shunem. And one time there was this prophet called Elijah in the olden Palestinian days, in the Jewish days, the Palestinian territory. The prophets would move from one place to another and cover long distances. So the prophet Elisha would pass through Shunem. And this woman was a woman who could observe and see. So we are told, if I may just read in verse 9, is verse 8. One day Elisha went to Shunem, and a well-to-do woman was there, who urged him to stay for a meal. So whenever he came by, he stopped there to eat. She said to her husband, I know that this man who often comes our way is a holy man of God. Let's make a small room on the roof and put in it a bed and a table, a chair and a lamp for him, when he can stay there whenever he comes to us. So we find that this woman was well-to-do. She's defined as a woman. That is what she was. She was well-to-do. That's what she had, the what. And then she was a woman who was sensitive. She observed this man of God who passed by, and she actually wanted to do good. So to do good to others. She had a why, a purpose, to do good. So she gave this man a meal. And then, of course, after that, she went ahead and said, let's make a room for him, put a bed, a chair, a table, and a lamp. So when he comes, he's able to stay there. And that's exactly what she did. And we don't know how many times Elisha visited the home of this Shunammite woman. But we know one day, Elisha was overwhelmed by the kindness and the generosity of this woman, her goodness. As I said, every human being, the purpose is to do good. That is the simplest way I can define purpose. You do good to self, good to others, and good to the universe. So she was doing good. And Elisha felt really obliged to do some good in exchange also for her. And we are told that when she was asked, what can I do for you? She was asked, can I speak to the king on your behalf? Can we ask for more wealth for you? Because the king owned all the land and all the wealth, and he could give it to whomsoever he pleased. Can I speak to the king for you so that you can get certain favors and your wealth can increase? Then she said no. Then she was asked, can I speak to the army general for you? Can I speak on your behalf? Can we seek more protection and more security? She said no. Then the most amazing thing is that she responded and said, I am content among my people. I live among my people and I am content. That is such a special thing for somebody to say confidently. She was in a peaceful state of happiness, satisfied, needing nothing more. She was content. She was happy. And then she adds, among my people. Back to purpose. Purpose is when you do good to self, to others, and to the universe. Then the servant of Elisha called Gehazi jumped in and told Elijah, she has no child and her husband is old. I can imagine it's a desire of every woman to have a child, or many women naturally. That is why there's all this fertility treatment and so much research to enable and help people have children, and even conceive them in their hearts through adoption. Because I say you can conceive a child in two ways. You can have a child conceived naturally and then you have them in your womb, or you can conceive them in your heart and you go and adopt them. Both ways a child has been born out of love. So this woman, even though she lived in a society where having a child was a symbol of womanhood, success, and completeness within a society, she had come to a point whereby she truly knew and understood who she was, and her purpose in life was greater than the definition of the society, that she could say, I live among my people and I am content. It means also the people had come to see her because she had found her voice and communicated strongly who she is to her people. The society could no longer judge her through the lenses of the society, which was a good woman and a complete woman should have a child. She had lived her purpose so much, extending good and doing good, that society did not even regard the issue of not having a child as if she was incomplete. Yet we know in our societies, really, even during that time, and we can give an example, that Rachel, the wife of Jacob, from the similar culture and society, had no child. One day Rachel told the husband, "Give me a child or I'll die," meaning her life was worth nothing if she had no child. But this is a woman, the Shunammite woman, who has no name. The Bible didn't give her any name. Yet, without a child, she's willing to say, "I am content among my people." The peaceful state of happiness, satisfied, needing nothing. Because who she was, why she was, and what she was had come together. She was in a space. She was living her purpose, expressing what she stood for and believed in, and doing what she loved among her community and in her home and with her husband. And therefore, she was complete. She was living an integrated life, wearing one jacket, not many jackets that she needed to keep wearing and removing. She was content. That is truly amazing. She had risen even above the society stereotypes and stereotyping that you are successful if you have this or that. Because she had defined who she is, she had found her voice and had expressed her voice. Because we actually see her voice when she says we are told she said to her husband, "I sense that this man who passes by is a man of God. Let us build him a room over our roof. Let us give him a chair, a table, a bed, a lamp, so that when he passes by, he can rest." She was using herself, her means, and what she had to do good, to fulfill purpose. And she had found her voice, and she lived a contented life. You too can rise above society definitions of success. I don't say it is wrong to have material things, but if material things is what defines you or determines you and makes you happy, then you will never be happy. You will chase for more and more. And as you chase for more and more, you will give yourself over to lust and greed, and you will never be satisfied. But when you live for purpose and for meaning, then who you are and what you are works together to fulfill why you are, and therefore you are content. And contentment does not mean that you're not continuously improving. If she was content with herself, she would not even, if she was content and therefore not improving, and therefore thinking, "I don't need to do anything more," maybe she would not have seen the need to extend goodness to Elisha. But she believed that because we are human beings, and actually the word being comes from the word be, it's a verb, so being is present continuous tense. She was always becoming who she was in terms of her why, her what, and who she is. So live a contented life by ensuring that your why, your who, and what are coming together. You are fulfilling purpose, you are doing good to serve others and the universe. You are standing for what you believe. You had a generous spirit. You have found your voice. You can express yourself through your voice to fulfill your purpose like she did. And that you have risen above society's stereotypes to define who you are, and therefore you are content. We know that eventually this woman got a child, but not because she was desperate or crying to have one. She had reached a point of contentment. So be content with life. The choice is yours.